Welcome back. Here we are again. And happy spring. I know it's been spring for a while.
Yeah, it kind of has. But
it feels more like spring.
Yes. So today we're going to be talking about just spring things because spring is so fun. You know,
it is.
It's very short when you get it, but it's fun while it's here. So what we wanted to talk about is some really cool and beautiful places in the U.S. or just like around the world. They're just really pretty in the spring. And it's not like saying you have to go to these places, but we just wanted to share some pictures. And I think it's just really cool to see what it's
we have not been to all of these.
No, not all of them.
But we just have figured out that they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I like pictures and stuff. So we can start with the first one.
All right, so the first one is the Amsterdam Tulip Festival in the Netherlands. The festival is located an hour by train south of Amsterdam in the very small town of Lies or Lycée, I'm not really sure. The festival runs from late March to mid-May. FYI, the 2019 dates was the 21st of March, and it'll go until the 19th of May.
There you go.
And depending on when you visit, you'll see different flowers in bloom. In April, the tulips were just starting to flower in the outdoor flower beds, and there were thousands inside. Pretty amazing. Late April to May is probably the best time to go, because then pretty much every tulip that's there is going to be opening.
Right, exactly. And there's so many tulips there. It's really amazing.
Quite astounding.
And so the next one is Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And then Bridge upon ridge of forest straddles the border between North Carolina and Tennessee. With 1,500 types of plants flowering. So there's a lot there.
Mm-hmm.
More than any other North American park. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is often referred to as the Wildflower National Park because there are just so many flowers there. It's pretty cool.
I love wildflowers. They're awesome.
They are cool. And so the milder temperatures and reduced haze in spring makes it ideal visiting times. And so April 11th to 15th was the spring wildflower pilgrimage.
Well, it will be. It's not the...
Oh, yeah. That's right. Thought we were past that, but apparently we're not.
Nope. It's only in April. Don't rush things.
No. So that'll be going on, and the event showcases a variety of wildflowers, fauna, and natural history walks, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one I want to get to.
Yeah.
Smoky Mountains. That'd be awesome.
We've never been there, but pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So number 3 is the Palouse region in Washington State, the United States. The Palouse region is the most serene and pastoral of the 7 wonders of Washington State. Because Washington State is pretty cool.
It is cool.
It is a region in southeastern Washington characterized by gentle rolling hills covered with wheat fields. Seen from the summit of 3,612-foot high Steptoe Butte, they look like giant sand dunes.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. In the spring, you'll find the dark greens of wheat, lighter greens of the lentils. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Lentils.
Lentils, yeah.
The deep browns of the freshly tilled earth, and, if you're lucky, bright yellow fields of canola, and in the summer, they are dry shades of brown when the crops are ready for harvest.
Exactly.
So lots of colors going on there.
It is pretty cool to see it up high. Like, it's very smooth looking, and it pretty much looks like a desert that's colored.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So the next one is Washington, D.C., the cherry blossom trees.
Right, so not Washington State, but
right.
D.C.
So we have been to Washington, D.C., it was a long time ago. I was like 4.
Yeah, you probably don't remember.
But we didn't go when they were blooming. We went at a different time, so we didn't actually get to see them.
Yeah.
So nothing signifies the arrival of spring in the nation's capital quite like the blooming of cherry blossom trees and the 3-week-long National Cherry Blossom Festival to celebrate the occasion. More than 1.5 million people come to this event in Washington, D.C.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, and each year they admire the 3,000 plus cherry blossom trees that are there. The festival, which runs from March 20th to April 14th in 2019 here. So there you go.
Go see it.
Well, like 1 day left, I think. It's not much.
Wait, what did you say? I was listening.
It was the 14th. Well, actually, no, there is quite a few days.
I don't know. It's not the middle of April yet.
I keep thinking it's like the 14th.
It's not.
But no, it's not. It's not the 14th yet. Sorry. But it is full of events that honor both American and Japanese cultures and represent a close bond forged between the two countries that began with Tokyo Mayor Yukio Ozaki. It's very hard to say. And it was the trees were actually a gift from him to the U.S. in 1912.
And look at that gift.
Exactly.
It's amazing. You never know what's going to happen.
It is pretty cool. So the next one is Yellowstone National Park. Always wanted to go there, never got there, but it seems really cool. And it is located in the states of Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. It was established by the U.S. Congress and signed into law by President Ulysses S. Grant on March 1st, 1872. Yellowstone was the first national park in the U.S. and is also widely held to be the first national park in the world.
Look at that.
The park is known for its wildlife and its many features, especially Old Faithful Geyser, which is pretty cool.
And I've heard that we need to get there and see it. Something about it may not be Old Faithful forever.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I really want to get to this one. This is one we haven't been to yet.
Exactly. And it's one of the most popular features. Also, there's the Yellowstone Caldera, which is the volcanic caldera, and sometimes referred to as the Yellowstone Supervolcano, which I think is one of the coolest things there. It is so cool. It's like a really bright rainbow. It's really neat.
So that's a park that we need to get to.
Exactly. That's a really cool one.
Ennis, Texas is the official Bluebonnet city of Texas.
There you go.
Yes. So that's where all the Bluebonnet products come from.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
No, not really. So you should really head here in mid-April to view the prairie in its most
But apparently
beautiful
in my
form.
mind, mid-April has already passed, apparently.
I don't know why. You're not allowed to rush. Come on. Spring just started. It is covered in wildflowers.
Pretty cool.
Yes, because the flowers are such an attraction. The city's Visitors Bureau keeps tabs on where the best flowers are and like where on the trails you should go at all times.
Exactly.
So you'd get lots of tips there.
Very, very blue. Very blue there. So the next one is the Grand Canyon. Had to put that in there, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the Grand Canyon, we talked about Grand Canyon a few episodes ago, actually.
We did, because it's awesome.
It is pretty cool. So it is a river valley in the Colorado Plateau. It is one of the 6 distinct sections of the Colorado Plateau province. It is not the deepest canyon in the world. However, the Grand Canyon is known for its visually overwhelming size and its intricate and colorful landscape. It is significant because of the thick sequence of ancient rocks that are well preserved and exposed in the walls of the canyon. You also find there many different flowers, bright blue rivers and skies. The river is so clear down there. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And many different kinds of wildlife. Like we saw wild goats down there and stuff. And birds, all sorts of things. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember we have a picture for this like really cool little flower that we have all over the place because it was a really good picture.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a really pretty pink little flower.
It was pretty cool. And another thing is spring is a good time because it's kind of an off season, so it's not going to be as crowded.
Yeah, not as many lines.
Right.
Yeah. Number 9 is Death Valley, Arizona.
Death Valley. We almost went there, but we didn't get there.
No, we've tried to squeeze a lot in. You know, you can't do it all.
You can't.
You gotta do separate trips.
Right.
But anyway, for most people, this is the most pleasant time to visit Death Valley. Makes sense.
Right.
The weather is perfect. Days mostly in the 70s and 80s, and the nights it gets to the 50s and 60s.
So nice.
Yes. Those temps warm up to the 90s in late April and can start hitting 100 in May. So that's great.
Wow. 100.
If there's been a dollop or 2 of winter rain, wildflowers will be abundant in early spring.
Pretty cool.
Yes. So vegetation zones include the creosote bush, desert holly, the mesquite at the lower elevations, up through the shade scale, blackbrush, Joshua tree, pinyon juniper, to a subalpine limber pine.
That's a lot.
And bristlenose pine woodlands. So that's a lot of names. There's a lot of stuff there.
There is a lot of stuff.
The salt pan is devoid of vegetation, and the rest of the valley floor and lower slopes have sparse cover, yet where water is available, an abundance of vegetation is usually present.
Right. So when you think of Death Valley, like when it's in movies and stuff, you just think of desert.
Like a skull.
Just a skull,
like
a desert.
A animal.
But there's actually like a lot of pretty flowers.
Because there's like
stuff
water.
down there.
If there's water around, then there's gonna be pretty plants.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So the last one is Yosemite National Park. I like to call it Yosemite. Spring is a great time to visit Yosemite. Thawing snow fills the streams and brings waterfalls to their most dramatic. And the dogwood trees bloom and plants sprout delicate green leaves. Winter snow starts to melt in the spring, as I said, and it's really, the waterfalls there are really, really huge. Like, we went there. It's pretty cool.
Amazing.
It is cool.
Yes.
Yeah. And so Brine Vale Fall is the one of the most spectacular in the spring, with a spray that can reach half of its 620-foot height. Wow.
That's insane.
Wow.
Now, we were there in the fall, so we did not
we were
see
in
them.
it was February, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was
we were in the winter, so we didn't see it because it wasn't spring yet.
Yeah, we did see, like, one little waterfall, but it wasn't really, like,
I mean, that was still really cool.
Yeah,
but
it was still
it would have
cool.
been neat to see, like, the giant one.
Right. You also find, like, so much there. Like, you'll find wildflowers blooming everywhere, and there's humongous trees. There's just so much greenery, and there's so much there. Like, you can find anything. And so another thing is it's called a moonbow, and it's pretty much a rainbow, but it only happens in the bright light of a full moon. At Yosemite, the combination of mist from the waterfalls and the angle of the moon combine to make a moonbow, only during the spring. That's pretty cool.
That would be a thing to see.
That would be, yeah. So that's all we have for today about those, but I hope you enjoyed that. Saw some pretty cool pictures.
Yeah, at least go outside in the spring. You
Right.
You don't have to go here.
Enjoy the sunlight. Enjoy the birds and sky, because it's been a long winter.
Yes, winter needs to go away. No more snow.
Exactly. So we hope you enjoyed that. And hey, if you're near to any of these places, you can go and check them out. That'd be pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So hope you enjoyed that. And now it is time for the news.
Today, we bring you breaking news from forests across the northeastern United States. Evergreen trees have started an explosive claim across the internet that they are the best tree. Their claim comes from the fact that they never take a day off, even in the cold winter months. All trees have taken a serious offense to this, but the loudest arguments have come from the group of fruit trees. This group is upset because they argue they actually give something productive, food, while most evergreens simply spread pine needles all over the earth. We will continue to watch this story in the coming weeks.
Also, when life gives you lemons, is it really that bad? This spring, lemons everywhere are rallying to change the common phrase. Instead of, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, they want to change it to, when life gives you lemons, keep them and eat them like a grapefruit. So far, no other fruits have joined in this mission. And now it is time for the Taylor Treasure Ball.
Here we go. Alright, I have to tell 2 truths and a lie.
Okay.
Alright.
And guess what? I have to tell two truths and a lie.
Oh boy.
Okay, we have our truths and lies.
Alright, you want to go first?
Okay, so you have to figure out the lie. You're gonna know these, I know it.
I always do.
Yeah. So number 1, I once walked on a frozen river. Number 2, I once cut my finger with a nail. Or number 3, I once watched all Star Wars movies in one day.
Alright.
The first 6, not the newer ones.
So, The lie is that you cut your nail, or you cut your finger on a nail.
Yeah, that's the lie. I have watched all the Star Wars movies in one day. We did it with our cousin once.
Yeah, it was pretty epic.
It was.
It was totally worth it.
And then, we once walked on ice. We went to a river near us, and it was like, I think it was last year.
I don't think it was a river. It was more like a lake.
Or, I meant a lake. But it was still cool. We got to walk on it. It was like totally frozen.
It was.
Yeah.
Pretty fun. Oh, tip about the Star Wars thing, though. Don't watch from 4 to episode 3.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Not a good idea.
Because you end off wanting everything to be better.
Right.
If you
so
start
you have
at
to
1
start.
and you go to 6, then it's better.
Yeah. You should do that.
All right, so here's mine. So you probably will know this one.
So I can figure out the lie.
Yes, one of these is a lie. So I once was at work and I spilled an entire bucket of water on someone's shoes. I once was at work and I dropped an entire bag of fish. Or I once talked to a complete stranger about Star Wars for over an hour. Which
I'm
one
gonna say the
is
lie.
false?
I think the lie is that you dropped fish.
Nope.
What?
It's all right. Nope. The lie is that I dumped a bucket of water on someone's shoes.
You dropped a whole thing of fish?
It was not my fault. What you do is, when I worked at the pet store, you would put the fish in a bag and you'd fill it with oxygen. Well, we got in a batch of bags that had a bad seal at the bottom, so I'm filling it up, gonna, put the rubber band on, and the bottom just explodes and they go all over the floor.
Oh.
I saved them all. They all survived.
That's good.
But it was really embarrassing. But it wasn't my fault. The bag broke. And then the Star Wars person, my brother and I went to see The Force Awakens, and it was sold out for the first showing that we wanted to see. Because it was like, we already seen it a couple times. We went back again because why not? And we were waiting for the next showing to start, so we had a bunch of time to kill. And these other people came up, and we started talking about Star Wars stuff for like over an hour. And we never saw them again. So
Look at that.
that was fun.
Did they agree on stuff with Star Wars?
Oh, yes, they did.
Oh,
They
good.
were of like mind, so that's good.
That's good. That's pretty cool. So we hope you enjoyed this springy episode. Make sure to give us a like and a comment and subscribe. And after you subscribe, make sure to press the bell so you get all of our videos in your notifications box. And we'll see you next time. Bye! Hey guys, thanks for watching that episode. If you would like to subscribe
Go
down
ahead.
here, that'd be
Do
awesome. And if you would like to watch a random episode, you can click up here. If you'd like to watch a previous episode, you can click down here. And we'll see you next time. Bye!